Okay, by that clickety clack sound, it's time for Tibby Oblivion, the podcast. I'm your host, Pete Costanas. This is episode 17, season 1. Today's date is September 18th, 2022, and thank you for joining me today. Here is today's lineup for this program. From the 1950s, the TV sitcom The People's Choice. From the 1960s, The Adam Ant Show. From the 1970s, the TV drama The Blue Knight. From the 1980s, the TV sitcom The Lucie Arnaz Show. From the 1990s, the TV drama Amazing Grace. In the 2000s, we have the TV drama Blind Justice. And also in the 2010s, we have the TV sitcom Crowded. So this will be fun. This would be very. I selected these shows, and they have some very interesting backgrounds and some history. But before I start, the program will go into a commercial break. And this program is brought to you by Frosty O's cereal. I remember this cereal. And here is a commercial from the 1960s. So sit back and enjoy, everyone. And I'll be right back with the program. Thank you.
You're on a hike when over there, look, a grizzly bear. So you take out your Frostios and milk and see, out zooms the Energy 3. Oatman with oat vitamin B1 and energy power. Frostman with sugar frosting for quick energy. Milkman with milk protein for muscle energy. Get a Frostios breakfast. Let the Energy 3 fill you with triple energy. Frostios.
Okay, everyone, I am back. I hope you enjoyed the commercial for Frosty O's cereal. Let me give a little background on this cereal. It was introduced in 1959 from General Mills, and it was one of the most popular cereals in the 60s. And it looked like Cheerios that was sugar coated. And it was the cereal was described as goodness in a sugar-charged oat cereal, and then later on it said goodness shaped like little frosted donuts. That was their slogan. Very sweet. Oh, it was like a sugar-charged Cheerios, And the funny thing is, until I don't know if it's still around. I think it is. Cheerios came out. Frosted Cheerios. I bought that one time, and it was the same. That's what it was. I've had the Frosted Cheerios. It was pretty good, but very sweet. So, I wouldn't eat it every day. What I remember, the commercials, they had Tennessee Tuxedo and Chumley. And they did the commercials, and Chumley was on the box. He was featured on that. So they also had the Frosty O Bear. I think that was their first. He was the first animal that was featured like that. And then it went. I don't know when it went away. Sometime in the 70s, I think. It just went bye. So. Yeah, but I bought a VHS tape a long time ago at a comic book convention, and it had all the breakfast cereal commercials from the late 50s until the 70s, and it was kind of cool. I like that, and I converted it to DVD, so I still have it. So it's fun to go back and watch all that. It was marketed to children, but a lot of parents complained because it was too sweet and not good for their health. They have a point. But it's to me, I would love to have something sweet once in a while. It's one of life's pleasures. Okay. At the beginning of the program, I explained this lineup for today's program, so I'm going to get started. From the 1950s, I will talk about the television sitcom The People's Choice. And this premiered on October 6, 1955, ended September 25th on 1958, aired on NBC, and ran for 3 seasons, 104 episodes, and it starred Jackie Cooper, We all remember him from Our Gang and movies, television shows. He was a wonderful actor. I liked him a lot, and his character's name was Socrates Miller, so he was Sock. That was his name, and he was a former Marine. He was a Korean War veteran, and a young politician. And this show was based in a fictitious city called New City, California. And he had a dog, a basset hound. Her name was Cleo. In real life, the dog's name was Bernadette. And then the funny thing about Cleo is that what he was thinking, it was said on the show, what his thoughts, and that's what made the show charming and endearing and funny. And most of the comments he was thinking, what she was thinking, was wisecracks, or would make fun of people. That's what made the show a lot of fun. And the voice of Cleo was Mary Jane Croft, the actress. You remember her as Mary Jane Lewis from the Lucy Show, and Here's Lucy. And she did appear on I Love Lucy a few times. She was Betty Ramsey towards the end of the show. She was a great, funny lady. She was wonderful. And also in the first... Sock was also an ornithologist, so he studied birds, and he lived in a trailer park with his aunt, Augusta. Her name was Aunt Gus, and she raised him. And Sock was dating Mandy Peoples, and that was played by Patricia Breslin, the actress, a very pretty lady, and she was the daughter of the mayor of New City. And that was played by Paul Maxey. He did a lot of television, movies, and didn't care for Sock at the beginning, but they warmed up like that. And let's see. So right now, I'm going to play the theme song of the People's Choice, and it features Jackie Cooper and, of course, Cleo. So this is very funny. So here we go.
Glad you're with us for the People's Choice. That's Mayor People's house. And for the next 30 minutes, you're going to see how love makes the world go round, with a sickly expression. Quiet, Cleo. Lately, she's been grouchy. She always barks.
That's me, Grouchy Barks.
The People's Choice. Starring Jackie Cooper.
Okay, I'm back. I hope you enjoyed the introduction and the intro of the People's Choice. As the series went on, Sock wanted to be a lawyer, and then eventually Sock and Mandy got married, and then also Aunt Gus and the mayor got married as well. Yeah, love blossomed all over the show. Also in the cast was Sock had a Marine buddy. His name was Rollo. That was played by Dick Weston, and he moved in with Sock during that time. He seemed like a funny guy and all that. And then this show was not syndicated much after that. The last time I saw it was in the 1970s. They aired on Channel 32 WFLD in Chicago. Aired 1950s series for a while during the summer. I think it was 75, and they aired, like, for example, Dobie Gillis, the People's Choice, December Bride. Let's see what else. Bachelor Father, which celebrated its 65th anniversary a couple of days ago, and Artemis Brooks, I remember that. The Great Gildersleeve, the syndicated version, I remember that. And also Love That Bob. And there were other ones. I can't think of the other one. And then in the 1980s, it ran on CBN cable channel. I think it was like the Family Channel. I think that was owned by Pat Robertson, the evangelist like that. And they showed a lot of 1950s shows. That was cool back then. And according to some sources, I think Jackie Cooper wanted out of the series. He got tired of it, and but they canceled it anyway. So that he was happy about that. My favorite Jackie Cooper role was when he played Perry White in the 1978 movie Superman. Oh, he was great in that. So, and that was he had a very long career. He's an actor, producer, director. He did everything, and he died on May 3rd, 2011. So, he had a very versatile career. He was a good man. Okay. Next up, we have the animated TV series Adamant from the 1960s, and I love this cartoon very much, and that was a lot of fun watching. And this cartoon premiered on October 2nd, 1965, ended August 31st, 1968. It ran for 2 seasons. Had 26 episodes, and it paired with Secret Squirrel show, and I'll talk about Secret Squirrel another time, and that because they got top billing. And let's see, so Adamant was like a superhero. He was an ant, of course, and he operated out of his ant hill in the countryside. And what's funny about that? He had a mailbox, and it was like Batman. He had it was like he had a bat cave, and he had a computer, exercise equipment. That's what it was. It's similar to that. Because Batman was, this premiered before Batman started. Batman premiered in January 1966, but this show was in 1965. And sometimes when there was crime committed, the chief of police or the officers were had to contact Adamant because they couldn't do that for some reason. And 2 of the recurring villains on the show were Ferocious Flea and mad scientist Professor Von Gimmick. I remember those guys like that. The voice of Adamant first was Howard Morris. You remember him from TV, Rafe Hollister on Andy Griffith Show, and also Don Messick, who did Huckleberry Hound. Okay, and I like Ferocious Flea. He was an interesting character. He was a flea, and he wore this this turtleneck sweater, and he had a big F on him. That's kind of cute. So right now I'm going to play the theme song of Adamant, and I will come back and I'll talk about my memory of watching him on television. Okay, so here we go.
Up and Adam, it's Adamant. His strength, his might, his speed, his fight. He's Adamant, that tiny ant, and his atomic power has what it takes and always makes the vilest villain cower. He's rough, he's tough, and bad guys yell it up when he is up and Adamant.
Okay, everyone, I'm back. I hope you enjoyed the introduction of Adamant. My memories of watching this cartoon, I didn't watch it when it originally aired. I watched it during the 1970s when the Banana Splits were syndicated. And I watched them on Channel 32 in Chicago, WFLD, and they aired the cartoons. And Adamant was there, also Secret Squirrel. There was also Precious Pup, the Hillbilly Bears. There was Winsome Witch, Squiddly Diddly. I can't think of the other one. The other ones. That's where I caught Adamant, and let's see. So, and his catchphrase was "Up and Adamant," and he would yell like that. I remember one episode where he dealt with I don't know, some sort of insect, and he ate. I think it was a termite, and he chewed on buildings, and then Adamant found a solution to stop him. He threw bubble gum in his mouth, and then he kept chewing, and that kept him occupied, and he enjoyed it, and he kept chewing, and blew bubbles. So that's I have the show on DVD. I have it. I watched most of it, and it's nice to go back and watch that show. Hanna-Barbera, great cartoons. Okay. Next up, we have the television drama, The Blue Knight. And this was an interesting show. And this premiered on December 17th, 1975. And then it ended October 20th, 1976. Ran for 2 seasons. Had 23 episodes. 6 were not aired. And this was based on a television film. It was a movie called The Blue Knight, of course. And it starred William Holden. And his character's name was Officer Bumper Morgan. And this ran for 4 episodes. So it was like a miniseries, one of the original miniseries at the time. And that was based on a novel by Joseph Wamba. I believe he used to be a policeman, and then he turned into an author. And he also wrote. He was also contributed Police Story, the TV series, and also Joe Forrester. I think it was a spinoff of that. Police Story was a good show. I remember that. That was fun. And the TV movie. It aired on November 11th, 1973, until November 14th. Ran for 4 nights, I believe. 11, 12, yep, 4 nights. And they asked William Holden to be in it, and he said, yeah, but there was a little trivia. He thought either Ernest Borgnine or Rod Steiger would star, but they, no. So he did that, and they released it as a movie, a theatrical movie in Europe, and it was very popular. And also, William Holden won an Emmy for that role, his first one for television. Okay, and then when the television series came, maybe I don't know if they asked William Holden to star or maybe declined. I don't know. I think he did because he had a movie career at the time. I think Network. I think movie Network was. I think he was filming that movie. They came out in 1976. So they asked George Kennedy, the actor, and he's a wonderful man. Wonderful actor. I like him. So the plot of the movie was as the same as the television film. He was a veteran police officer and came out of retirement, and he continued to patrol the streets. He dealt with dangerous criminals, drug dealers, like that, and there were a lot of guest stars at the time. So it was. I heard it was a very good show. I also saw it, but I won't. I'm going to play the theme song of The Blue Knight, and when I come back, I'll talk about my memories of watching the show. Okay. So here we go. Okay, I am back. I hope you enjoyed the introduction of The Blue Knight. Let me first First, I'll talk about my memories of the show, and then I'll talk about George Kennedy. This wasn't syndicated much, but in the 1980s, it was syndicated, and it was on a TV station in Chicago on WGBO channel 66. It was TV 66. And I caught the show and I watched it. I loved it. It didn't ran about a year on the TV station, but I did watch it when on the network a few times, and I liked the show. It was good. As for George Kennedy, he wonderful actor. He won an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor in Cool Hand Luke. And he had his famous saying, "What we have here is a failure to communicate." That was a famous line. And he did a lot of movies. And also he was famous for the movie series Airport. Also Naked Gun. I liked him in that. And also he was on Dallas. He played Carter McKay. He played not a nice man, because he had JRU. But, when you have two nasty guys together, they're in competition of being nasty. Yeah, I liked him in this show. He was wonderful. And so it was, he did another TV series before. It was called Sarge. He did that. Maybe someday I'll talk about that. And then he passed away on February 28th, 2016. He was 91 years old. He lived a long life. So he had a wonderful career, and I saw him on game shows too, like on Match Game. he was great. Okay. Next up, we have the 1985 television sitcom, The Lucie Arnaz Show. Oh, I remember the show. And it starred, of course, Lucie Arnaz, daughter of Lucille Ball and Dizzy Arnaz Sr. And this first aired on CBS April 2nd, 1985, ended June 11th, 1985. Only ran for 6 seasons, very short. And this was based on a sitcom in England called Agony. And Lucie Arnaz's character was Dr. Jane Lucas. She was a psychologist, and she would answer questions on a radio show. That's like some of them now today or back then, because it was popular. She was like Dr. Ruth in a way, but on the radio. And according to I watched an interview about her on YouTube, and she said she shot a pilot and she liked it, and then they got rid of everybody except her and the secretary who played her, and then they got a new cast, and that was weird. So one of the cast members was Tony Roberts. He was a Tony winner, and was in sitcoms, movies, very wonderful actor. And so that was I watched the show on CBS, I remember, and there are a couple episodes on YouTube. So right now I'm going to play the theme song of the Lucie Arnaz Show. When I come back, I'll talk a little bit more about the show and Lucie Arnaz. Okay? Thank you. Okay, I'm back. I hope you enjoyed the introduction of the Lucie Arnaz Show. In the interview on YouTube, Lucie Arnaz said that they were going to use Agony as the title, but they changed their minds, whoever was in charge, and they wanted to call it the Lucie Arnaz Show, and she thought it was dumb. Why would they do that? Because that's misleading. They should have left that. And she enjoyed the show. She really did enjoy it very much. And then she wished to continue, but she was pregnant at the time when they got started. And then when the show ended, she gave birth to her daughter. And Lucie Arnaz, we all know her from when she started with her mother and her brother, Lucie Arnaz Jr. on Here's Lucy. I have the show on DVD. It's some people say it's not like I Love Lucy or the Lucy Show, but I like the show, and she was great. As time went on, she got better. More. You learn your craft, like me and all people. As you get older, and so she was great in that. She started on a mother show, in the Lucy Show. Yeah, she didn't play her daughter. She just did some roles like that, and then she went on to Broadway and a lot of stage work. I remember watching her on an episode of Law and Order, and she played a real bitch. She was nasty. She was good in that. She was really good. She's still performing. Yeah, she's still performing on stage, doing musicals. That's great. That's wonderful. Her parents were wonderful people, and I still watch I Love Lucy most of the time. I have them on DVD. Wherever I'm in the mood, I'll watch a Lucy episode. That'll cheer me up. Okay. Next up, we have the television drama series Amazing Grace, and this one was largely forgotten and went into TV oblivion. And this show premiered on NBC April 1st, 1995, ended September 16th. It aired right before the fall season of 1995, and it starred Patty Duke. And her character's name was Hannah Miller. And it featured her, and she was a newly ordained minister. And she went through a lot of trauma, a lot of pain, and she was addicted to painkillers, which sounds like Patty Duke in real life. It really does, in a way. And also starred Joe Spano. You remember him from Hill Street Blues. Also, other people in the cast was Lorraine Toussaint. Excuse me. Also, Dan Lauria. You remember him from Wonder Years. And they filmed this series where Patty Duke lived at that time in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. She moved there right before the series started. She said she got fed up with LA. I can understand that. And she found it beautiful. And she did local theater at the time, and she was still acting in TV movies, television. She was a very busy lady, like that. So that's what the series is about. Didn't do well in the ratings, and then they canceled it. So I didn't find a theme song, but I found a promo of Amazing Grace on YouTube. So I'm going to play that now, and here is the promo of Amazing Grace starring Patty Duke. So here we go.
How far will a mother's love go?
I was going to lose my son, so I kidnapped him.
Now she's in hiding, and only one person can help her.
I'll testify that you're a great mother.
Hill Street Blues' Joe Spano and Wonder Years' Dan Lauria join Academy Award winner Patty Duke.
Think about what's right for that boy.
Amazing Grace, premiering NBC Saturday.
Okay, I'm back. I hope you enjoyed the promo for Amazing Grace. Patty Duke, I don't know. Let's see, she was a wonderful actress. My favorite, one of my favorite TV shows was the Patty Duke Show. She played Kathy and Patty Lane. She played both roles. She played her cousin Kathy. And I remember watching this when I was little in the 70s. It was syndicated. I have it on DVD now, so I love the show. And It's great. My favorite movie role of her was Neely O'Hara in The Valley of the Dolls. And she started taking pills and all that, and that's what led to her drug abuse in real life. But Patty Duke was diagnosed with bipolar disorder in 1982, and I remember there was a TV movie that it was based on her autobiography called Call Me Anna. I watched that. That was a good movie, and very talented lady. And unfortunately, she passed away on March 29, 2016, and but her legacy lives on. Her work was phenomenal. And so, she was always famous in the movie The Miracle Worker. I liked the movie. She was very good in that. But I liked her in Valley of the Dolls. It wasn't a great movie, but it's a guilty pleasure. So I love her acting. I really do. Okay. Next up, we have the television drama Blind Justice. And this was created by Stephen Boschko, famous for Hill Street Blues, LA Law, Civil Wars, you name it. NYPD Blue, of course. And this aired on ABC on March 8th, 2005, and ended June 21st, 2005 of the same year. Ran for 13 episodes, just one season. And this premiered right after NYPD Blue ended. And that ran for about 12 years. And it was about a police detective in New York City. And his name was Jim Dunbar, and his partner, and they were him and his partner were ambushed by a gunman. And Dunbar, and he takes a bullet from the gun, and it left him blind, so he couldn't see. And so he sues the police force, and he's allowed to keep his job despite his blindness. And later on, he's partnered with detective Karen Benacourt, played by Marissa Nichols. I remember her, and she stars on Riverdale on the CW. She's not on the show anymore, but she was good. She was good. She was a good actress, still is. And the person that played Detective Jim Dunbar was by Ron Eldard. That was the actor, and you remember him from ER, also from the sitcom Man Behaving Badly. That show was goofy. I liked it, But others in the cast was Rena Sofer. You remember from General Hospital, and I think Young and the Restless, or Bold and the Beautiful. I think Bold and the Beautiful. I get mixed up. Also in the cast was Reno Wilson, Frank Grillo, Michael Gaston, and Saul Rubinek. So I did watch the show when it premiered. I watched about maybe one or two. It was a good show, but ratings didn't do well. And then it went into TV oblivion. So right now, I'm going to play the television intro of Blind Justice that starred Ron Eldard. So here we go. Okay, I'm back. I hope you enjoyed the introduction of Blind Justice. Let me talk a little bit more about Ron Eldard. Uh, I remember him from ER. He played a paramedic on the show, and he was involved with Juliana Margulies, and they had a relationship for about a long time. Then he also was in the television sitcom Men Behaving Badly that starred with Rob Schneider. Also Justine Bateman from Family Ties. I watched the show. This is based on a British TV show. I watched that show. It was kind of goofy, but it was funny, you know. And on ER, Ron Eldard's character was paramedic Ray Shepard. He was only there for about 1 year, right? Just for the first year, and then he left. You know, I don't know if he got killed or not. I don't think so. No, he just left. So that was it. But it's too bad Blind Justice didn't last long because I watched the show and it was pretty good. I liked it very much. You know, another quality show from Stephen Bochco. The man could do not wrong. Okay. Next up, we have the television sitcom Crowded that aired on NBC from March 15th to June 7, 2016. Ran for one season, 13 episodes. It starred Patrick Warburton and Carrie Preston. And they were Mike and Martina Moore. And the plot was their two grown daughters moved out of the house and they had the house to themselves. But unexpectedly, they moved back because their lives were a mess. And the daughters were played by Stella. That was actress Mia Serafino, and also Shay by Miranda Cosgrove. You've seen her on a lot of TV shows. Also in the cast was Stacy Keach, who played Bob Moore. He played Mike's father. Oh, I love Stacy Keach. I loved him in Mike Hammer. Wonderful actor. I like that. And he's decided to come back with his wife, Alice, played by Carlise Burke. And there was a lot of tension like that. And the show didn't do very well. And but I saw a couple episodes on YouTube. I liked it. It was funny. It really was. And right now I'm going to play the television promo, not the TV introduction. So this is a promo. This is all I could find. And this runs about almost 2 minutes. And it's very funny. So here's the promo for the television sitcom, Crowded.
From the moment your kids are born, you dread the fact that one day they'll leave you. And then they do. And it's just as bad as you thought it'd be.
What are you looking at? Just us now. We're alone.
This could be good.
We can swear when we want, drink when we want, have sex when we want, have sex when we want. There's a reason I said that twice.
I just wanna break the rules.
You know what's great about smoking pot when you're older? You don't get paranoid. It's the cops!
Oh, thank God you're home. I was wondering. Hello, all. I'm moving back home.
What?
But I told you I was coming here today to move back home. What? Grandma! I'm moving back home today.
It looks like you need us again. They're back.
It's a disaster. Maybe we can have the place to ourselves. No one yelling out. Mom? Justin, why are you here?
I'm taking your dad's advice. He told me I shouldn't quit on you. Stella, will you marry me?
No.
Yes.
I should rub it in, but I just feel sorry for you. You spoiled those girls. You didn't have all these toys when you were a kid.
I know.
How about you go get some wine and I'll put on something ridiculous.
I hope whatever you put on is easy to take off. Hello, ladies.
Okay, I'm back. I hope you enjoyed the television promo Crowded. And like I said, I watched a couple episodes on YouTube. It's a funny show. I don't remember seeing it on the air when it was officially there. So no, I didn't see that. Let me talk about a little about Patrick Warburton. I can't pronounce his name. And he was in a lot of TV, a lot of movies. His famous roles was as David Putty on Seinfeld. Also, he had the title role of The Tick. You know, that's a cartoon. No, it's not a cartoon series. And he was funny like that. And that was on Fox. So, and it didn't run very long. You know, it ran about maybe 9 seasons. But so he's a funny man. He really was. He really is to this day. Excuse me. You know, and I remember watching him on Designing Women. He played in 3 episodes in the last season. So he did a lot of television shows. He was in Murphy Brown, Northern Exposure, Quantum Leap, Grace Under Fire, Ellen. You know, Seinfeld, of course. He was only there. He was there for 10 episodes, but he was there for about 3 years and did a lot of voice overs. Also did. He was in Family Guy. He was in there in Family, and he played the actor Joe Swanson. So he was in there. I never got into that show. I don't know. That's how I am. So, and also Rules of Engagement. He was in that show, which was pretty good. I like that show. Ran for 5 years. Okay, and he's still acting to this day. So it's great. Okay. Whew, so that's it for episode 17 of TV Oblivion. So I will do a recap of what I discussed on the program. So from the 1950s, I talk about the television sitcom The People's Choice. From the 1960s, the animated series Adamanth. From the 1970s, the TV crime drama The Blue Knight. From the 1980s, the Lucie Arnaz show, that TV sitcom starring Lucie Arnaz. From the 1990s, the TV drama Amazing Grace. From the 2000s, Blind Justice, that crime drama. Also in the 2010s, that television sitcom Crowded. So that was fun. I had a good time discussing. I will have another episode maybe next week. We'll see. That'll be episode 18. And once this program is published, you can listen to it wherever podcasts are available. Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, Spotify. Also have a YouTube channel called TV Oblivion. You can check that out. You can listen as well if you're not very comfortable, using the apps on your phone. You can use your tablet or your desktop. Also, this will be posted on my social media accounts on Facebook and Twitter. You can check it out. Okay, so I'm your host, Pete Costanos for TV Oblivion. Thank you for joining me. Everyone have a wonderful day. It's a beautiful Sunday day so far. I heard it's gonna rain later on. Yeah. I had a good time discussing the shows today. So everyone take care. And here is the Plick and Pluck song that ends the show. So long, everyone. Bye-bye.